How
I
about
don't
us?
know.
How about
How
how
about,
about
okay, go ahead.
Australia?
There you go.
Yeah, Australia, because I don't know what's going on over there, but I saw in the notes you said, would you take, would you give up freedom and flexibility for 20% more? So I'm curious, like what would I be giving up if I were driving to get an extra 20%? So if I made 2,000 in a week, that means $400, right? That would be 20%. So yeah, so that got me really curious.
Yeah,
So
that's,
yeah,
go
essentially
ahead.
what's
Yeah.
going on is Uber put out a poll because there's every country's different, so they all have different rules and things like that. So one of the things was they put out a poll that is essentially this: would you have freedom and flexibility? Would you prefer that, or would you prefer a pay raise? And Uber being Uber, they got to split it up, and you can't just have both. So we wanted to give the option of having both. But yeah,
Hmm.
so freedom and flexibility was Uber's response, or number one response, that people in Australia said that they wanted. But in this poll right here, what you see on screen, freedom and flexibility actually was under the 20% in the bump of the pay. So it was 18% to 23% over 591 votes. And then, of course, why can't we have both? Why can't you have freedom and flexibility with a pay increase? Why does it have to stay,
Yeah.
the same rates or lower, especially with so much going on in the world, with inflation going up, with gas prices on the rise, and then even on the rise again. There's a lot of things where it's a problem. So they're trying to curtail the story a little bit when they do that, and they're saying essentially that drivers want freedom and flexibility, and they'll take it even over a pay raise. But right here kind of shows a little different. So first off, Sergio, if you want to add to that
Well, I mean,
kind of
look,
breakdown.
I mean, it's pretty clear, right? So a lot of drivers go, why can't we have both? Well, that's in a perfect world, you can have anything you want, except that you don't decide where you're driving. You don't decide how much you make. The algorithms do. So when you say, why can't we have both? I really can't take that seriously. I think these surveys should have been just either one or the other one. Because when you give people more choices, they're going to take the one that's most beneficial to themselves, obviously. So, but to me, it's like, it is what it is, right? People just, a lot of people do it. We talked about this last week. A lot of people are doing rideshare. There's 2.5 million drivers in the US. Why are these people doing? They all complaining. Everybody complains. 99% of all the comments I read is complaints. And then there's still 2.5 million drivers just like there were last year. So to me, it's like, it is what it is. Make the best of it and drive. So Jay cannot believe his ears that I'm being positive about this, but it is what it is, honestly. You can complain all you want, or you can do what exactly Jay did. Get out there and have a goal and save your money and kick ass. I mean, that's it. To me, why can't we have both is like lame, honestly. It's like, who
Yeah.
cares?
So when they say freedom and flexibility, I guess it's all in what that means. What I take it to mean is if we gave you a fixed driving schedule each week, so we told you the 5 days you're going to drive and the hours you're going to drive, would you drive them and know that you're going to get 20% more?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
if
just
that's the
like they did.
case,
Yeah, just like they did in New York, Jay, right? So they,
oh,
put everybody on a schedule, and then you can only log on at given hours. It's not like clocking in and clocking out like a regular W-2 job, but they told
yeah.
everybody, okay, between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. there is a window, or there is
Hmm.
a 4-hour pickup time that you can work, and then after that somebody else grabs that. First come, first serve. To me, that's useless as well. The way it is right
Yeah.
now, I think is pretty well set. Everybody understands what they're giving up by doing rideshare.
Hmm.
Truly, I don't believe we're independent contractors. That's my personal opinion. I think it's total
Mhm.
misclassification. But
Hmm.
this is what you have. Work with what you have. If the
Right.
freedom and flexibility, meaning to you, you can turn the app on at 3 in the morning, do a ride. Period. That's what it means. Now, will you get a ping? Will you not get a request? I don't know. But that's not their problem. Their problem is they're giving you that freedom and flexibility. On the other hand, honestly, I don't know what the rates are in San Francisco, Jay, but in LA, they're 60 cents a mile and 21 cents a minute, right? Base
Hmm.
rates are pitiful. I mean, they haven't moved since 2019. And while inflation has kicked in and everything we buy is 150, 200% higher, I think those are ridiculous numbers. Those rates need to move somewhere. I mean, I hope it's not down because, you never know. But 60 cents a mile, 21 cents a minute, it's not going to cut it. Because if you don't, they also promised, Uber said we have enough drivers. We're going to cut incentives. You know how much we depend on incentives, right? Some weeks, 30-40% of our income is incentives. Well, if they cut the incentives and no surge, and we're working for 60 cents a mile, 21 cents a minute, the flexibility and freedom rhetoric kind of is useless to me. I mean, yeah, okay, how can I make money putting 60 cents together, So to me, it's like, at the moment in LA, things are good, although we're going to discuss that on the next few slides. I'm of the opinion that if you do this part-time, show me the money. When they show you incentives, go out and drive. When they don't show you anything, don't drive. That means you need to do something else. Just depending on this on a full-time basis is silly to me, honestly.
Yep. What in LA? What because you're obviously an outstanding driver. What's your per hour that you're making after you subtract your gas expense?
Well, I started driving in August again, last August, and I averaged anywhere between 45 to 65 an hour.
Wow, I mean that's
I have an average less than 45. I'm truly, Jay, the money I'm making now in LA is equal to 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And 2016 rates were $1.35 and 35 cents a minute. Now 60 cents a mile. How am I doing that? Well, that's because they show me the money. They give me some incredible incentives. Plus the city literally is bleeding red for 18 out of 24 hours. So surge is involved, obviously. You know me. I always surge driver. So to me, I'm making the same amount of money with 60 cents a mile. But the variabilities remain. That's the problem with this gig. Consistency. I don't know what incentive am I going to get, next week. Am I going to get a consecutive ride bonus that's worth doing it? Whatever. But to me, at the moment, this is as good as it gets. I haven't seen it better. Now, if there's somebody who was doing it in 2012, was making $90 an hour, different story. But this is as good as it is in LA. And
that's awesome.
I can't complain. Yeah.
All right. Well, we got the next poll question right there. So this is what bothers you most about driving Uber and or Lyft. So 56% said their take. 17% is low rate cards. 18% is safety. And then something else with the comments where we got 33 comments from people. So
I don't know about that one. I think whoever said their take, I have an article coming up. I actually did a massive spreadsheet going back to August of last year when I started driving in, and I put everything in there, right? Uber's take rate is not 50%, people. Not on me anyway. Now, I know there were rides that Uber made 50-60%, but that's like maybe 5 out of 1,000. They are not. If Uber's take rate truly was 50% on every driver in the US, Uber would be swimming in cash right now.
No. The survey is saying that 56% of the people who answered the survey were most bothered by the take.
Yeah, because they're saying constantly, oh, they took 50%. They charged the passenger 100 and paid me 40. Yeah, of course, that's what they're gonna do. That's what they're complaining about. That's the number one complaint today. All drivers, their take rate. I'm like, okay, well, I don't think it's that high. I think it's gonna be surprisingly low, actually. On me, on others, I don't know, but it's coming up. So.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.